You know the feeling, right? You buy one of those beautiful little pots of basil from the grocery store, you put it on your sunniest windowsill, and then you just watch it slowly give up on life. If you felt that little sting of failure, I'm here to tell you, you are not alone, and it's probably not your fault. Let's dig into what's really going on.
Oh, this story is just so painfully relatable. You get this perfect, gorgeous plant, you think you're doing everything right, and then bam, total disaster. It feels like it comes out of absolutely nowhere, and you're left just scratching your head, wondering, what did I do wrong?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? For anyone who just wants some fresh parsley for their pasta, why does keeping these little guys alive feel like mission impossible? Well, it turns out we've been asking the wrong question and blaming the wrong person.
And right here, this is the whole thing. The reason it's so frustrating is that we're basically using the wrong instruction manual. Almost all the gardening advice out there is written for an outdoor garden, and your kitchen windowsill couldn't be more different. So, to really get a handle on this, we need to stop thinking about a plant in a pot. We need to start thinking bigger, like we're building a whole self-contained ecosystem. Because, honestly, that's exactly what your poor little plant is missing. I mean, just look at the difference. It's night and day. Outside, a plant has it made. It gets full-spectrum sun, a constant breeze that keeps pests and mold away, and a natural rain cycle. And indoors, it gets whatever weak light trickles through a window, stale air, and water only when we happen to remember. We're asking it to thrive in a totally alien environment. You've definitely seen this before, right? When your plants get all long and leggy, well, that sad, stretched-out look actually has a name. It's called etiolation. And it's not just your plant being dramatic, it's a desperate last-ditch attempt to find enough light to survive. It's literally screaming for help. Okay, so if the environment is the problem, then just trying harder is never going to cut it. The real solution is to change the environment itself, and this is where technology steps in, not as some fancy gimmick, but as a way to build a literal life support system for your herbs. I love this quote because it just flips the whole script. This isn't about having a green thumb. It's an engineering problem. It's physics. It's biology. It's about figuring out how on earth you replicate the sun, the wind, and the rain inside your kitchen. This chart really breaks it down. A traditional pot? That's all on you and your window. You have to be the sun, the rain, everything. But a modern indoor system is designed specifically to solve these problems. It gives the plants the exact light they need, delivers water automatically, and sometimes even circulates the air. It's the whole ecosystem just miniaturized. All right, so we've cracked the code on why our herbs keep dying. But there's something else going on here, something deeper. Why is it that when we do manage to grow something, it always tastes so much better? The answer, surprisingly, has less to do with biology and more to do with psychology. I mean, seriously, think about it. That one single cherry tomato you babied all summer long? It's the best tomato you've ever had. That tiny sprig of basil? It's a flavor explosion. But is it really? Or is something else at play here? This brings us to one of my all-time favorite psychological quirks, the IKEA effect. It's this simple idea that when we put our own effort into making something, we value the result way, way more. Your work, your care, your time, that's the secret ingredient you're tasting. And this isn't some new age idea. There's a classic story from the 1950s when instant cake mixes first came out. They totally flopped. Why? Because they were too easy. People felt no connection to it. So the companies made one tiny change. They made you add an egg. That little bit of effort was enough to make people feel like they were actually baking, and boom, sales went through the roof. It's the exact same thing with your herbs. But wait, because the story doesn't stop there. The value we get from this goes way beyond just our perception of taste. The actual process of gardening, of just interacting with these plants, has a direct, measurable, and pretty incredible effect on our brains. So get this. We think we're growing these things for our recipes, for our food. But it turns out the most profound benefit, the real harvest, is actually for our own minds.
And you can get really specific with it. You know that incredible smell you get when you crush a basil leaf? That's a compound called linalool, and it's been shown to reduce anxiety. That scent from rosemary? That's 1,8-cineol, and it can improve focus. You're literally changing your brain chemistry just by smelling these plants.
And this stuff is quantifiable. They've done studies where they find that after people spend time around nature, even just a little bit, they perform 20% better on tasks that require attention. A 20% boost in focus? I mean, who wouldn't take that? What this all boils down to is a concept called biophilia. It's the simple but powerful idea that we humans have a deep, hardwired instinct to connect with nature. When we take care of plants, we're satisfying that ancient need, and it physically calms us down by activating our body's rest and digest system.
And again, this isn't just a vague feeling. It's a real, measurable physical event. Research shows that actually interacting with plants, touching them, watering them, can literally lower your blood pressure and calm your entire nervous system. It's your body having a direct, positive reaction. So, look, we've really gone deep on the why today. Why our plants struggle, why it's not our fault, and why it's so rewarding when they thrive. If all this has you thinking, okay, I get it, now how do I actually do this? We have a full guide on our blog that walks through all the practical stuff, the how-to of getting a system set up.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. We all start this journey wanting to grow ingredients for a recipe, but what if the whole point isn't about the garnish at all? What if the real harvest is a calmer mind, a more focused brain, and just a deeper sense of connection, right there in your own home? Pretty cool thing to think about.